Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down, Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol and I'm so glad you've joined us today. We're going to continue with those strong warrior poses that we did last time, but we're going to do a little deeper exploration into those poses. We will stay seated the entire time and you only need your chair. Later this afternoon, we'll upload this video to YouTube to our Bottoms Down Chair Yoga YouTube channel. You can check out this video along with all the others on that channel. And if you would, click on that big red subscribe button and give us a subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to move up a little bit forward in our chair so we're not leaning back. So the first thing we're going to do is ground our feet into the floor. So what we mean by that is thinking about the point behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and 2 points of the heel. Have all 4 of those pressure points equally weighted and firmly grounded to the mat in both of your feet. And one thing I haven't talked about lately, but the fact that if you want to have your shoes on, that is absolutely fine. You can still feel that grounding, even if you have your shoes on. I do it without shoes because I think you can see my feet a little bit better and kind of where I'm positioning things. But if you feel more comfortable and more, safer, if you will, with your shoes on, then be sure and keep those shoes on. It's just fine. So the next thing we're going to do is ground our sits bones. So we have these little pointy bones that hold our weight as we sit. And I want you to make sure that you feel both of those bones grounded to the chair and also equally weighted. So make any adjustments that you need to make to get that weight equally in both of those sits bones. Okay, so the next thing we're going to think about is lifting our heart. And the minute you lift your heart, do you feel your belly engage, right? So the minute that we lift up, all of a sudden, those abdominal muscles begin to engage. So I want you to have that feeling throughout the class. And you'll hear me cue belly button to spine. And that's what I'm meaning. I want you to pull that belly button towards the spine and get these big abdominal muscles engaged. The next thing I want us to think about is lengthening the spine. So we take, kind of like we've got a thread here on the top of our head and we're just pulling it up. But at the same time, we're lowering our shoulders. Place your hands lightly on your thighs, palms are facing up. We're going to close our eyes and breathe. So taking just a few moments to connect to your heart center, focusing your attention inward. Letting go of everything outside of the room where your chair is located. Feeling your natural inhalation and exhalation. And begin to deepen that breath. Inhale a little more deeply. Exhale a little more completely. Next, we're going to move into that belly breath, engaging our diaphragm. So as you inhale, the belly extends. You're filling the lungs from the bottom up. The diaphragm engages. And as you exhale, you pull your belly button to your spine and you push the air up and out of the lungs. So do that just a few times at your own pace. And breathe normally. We're going to continue that one more time We're going to inhale to 4 counts, and then I want you to exhale to just as many counts as you can before you inhale again. So something like this. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going at your own pace. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intention for today's practice, focusing in on what you want to accomplish. One more breath. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. Drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. Drop your chin towards your chest. Left ear to left shoulder. And drop your chin towards your chest. Go ahead and lift up, the head up. And let's look over that right shoulder. Go ahead and look center and look over the left shoulder. And look center, and let's roll those shoulders up, back and down. Up, back and down. And then reverse it. Just a nice little stretch for those shoulders, a little bit of a relaxation. All right, very, very good. Okay, so what I want to do is we're going to look over that shoulder one more time, so over that right shoulder, and take that stretch just a little more deeply. You begin to feel the center of the body engaging just a little bit. Let's come center, and we're going to do the other side. Just remember, we're warming things up, so we want to be gentle, not take things too deeply yet. One more breath and look center, and let's roll one shoulder at a time this time. You've got it, and reverse it. All right, excellent. Take that right knee and open it nice and wide. Okay, so we're going to feel that inner thigh stretch first. So you have one knee facing the video, and then you have one knee facing out to the right. So we got this super big, nice wide stance going on. Take your left hand, bring it all the way across your body, grab the chair. Now, before you turn, I want you to extend the spine long. Remember, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Now turn and look over the back of your chair and feel that nice stretch happening in the center of the body. And we're going to release that, and we're going to do that one more time. Come across your chair, crown of the head lifts, twist, and look over the back of your chair and breathe. All right, release that. Now we're going to take this knee and we're going to let it fall down towards the floor. And maybe this is where you want to be in your crescent lunge. But if you want a little more, press that foot back. Important to lift the heart here. Okay, so we're lifting the heart. We're on those back toes. We're beginning to stretch into this quadricep muscle and that big hip flexor there. Are you feeling that stretch? All right, take a little break. And then we're going to do that one more time. Push that foot back behind you. Lift your heart. Feeling that stretch. All right, let that leg just fall down towards the floor. Bring your hands to your heart. And here we are in a seated warrior one. Remember this one? Inhale here, exhale. We're going to bring those hands up to the ceiling. Shoulders are down. All right, you're going to take your left hand and you're going to windmill it around into your seated warrior two. And I just made a couple of adjustments. What I ended up doing was scooting a little further out on my chair so that I could give myself a little more openness through the groin area, okay? So this leg is straight, or as straight as you can get it, and we're up on the knife edge of that side, that foot over there. So that foot isn't flat, we're trying to come up onto the edge of that foot. This knee is open, and you want your knee to be right in alignment with those toes. So if this is your position right here for your knee, that's fine. Just take that knee in alignment with the toes. It's all good. Okay? All right, let's add those arms. Remember, we're going to squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. We're going to turn and we're going to look over those right fingertips. Flip that right palm to the ceiling, and up we go into our reverse warrior. Feel the stretch. Now your left hand can be down on this leg for support. Come back up to that warrior two. We're going to do that again. And if you like it better with the hand behind the back, then that's another option for you. Looking up towards the ceiling, feeling that stretch. Come back to that warrior two. Give those arms one more squeeze and come down and face forward. All right, how do you feel? All right, pretty good stretch. We're going to do the other side now. Take that knee and open it wide. I'm going to go ahead and move a little bit further towards the edge of my chair because I know I'm going to need to do that here in a minute anyway. So as long as you feel stable on that chair, don't move to the edge where you don't feel stable. It's okay. All right, let's take that right arm and we're going to bring it across our body. Grab that chair. Crown of the head lifts and we turn and look over the back of our chair. So we're breathing into this pretty good stretch through the center of the body. Release it. One thing I want you to remember is keep this knee open, right? So as we come across, we grab that chair, crown of the head lifts and twist. That knee tends to want to fold in, and I want you to make sure that knee does not fold in. Leave it open. You're looking over the back of your chair. One more breath and release it. This knee down towards the floor. Okay, so this is a position, this is a one version of your crescent lunge if you wish to do that, or you can push that foot back behind you and lift your heart. Either version, I want the heart lifted. Feel that stretch, right? Okay, let's release that and do it one more time. Heart is lifted, so if you feel that heart coming forward, really lift it up. You'll feel the difference in the stretch into that quadricep and hip flexor right there. One more breath and release it. Now I'm just going to take that knee straight down towards the floor. I'm up on those toes. This leg is straight in front of me, okay? And here is a version of our seated warrior one pose, Virabhadrasana 1. We're going to inhale here, and on an exhale, we're going to add those hands to the ceiling. Shoulders come down out of the ears. Alrighty. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhale, we're going to take that right hand and we're going to windmill it open into our warrior two pose. Alright, so again, you can bring your hands down and get those legs set. Up on that knife edge, this knee is tracking right in alignment with those toes. Pretty significant stretch into the groin area. And if you feel those ribs kind of coming forward, bring those ribs center. So we want the head, the neck, and the spine to all be in alignment. Now let's add those arms. Look over those left fingertips. Squeeze the muscles against those arms. Flip that palm up. Reverse your warrior up and back. Come back to that warrior two, and we're going to do that one more time. Flip that palm up and back. If you like having the hand behind the back, do so. I personally like it better on my leg. That's just a personal preference. And come back and come forward. All right. Whew. A little bit of a warm-up there. So now we're going to move into those same poses. We're going to look at them a little more deeply though. So again, you've got to listen to your body, and if doing what we just did works better for you, then just continue doing that. But let's explore and see how we feel if we get a little deeper into those poses. So the first thing I want you to do is just kind of come towards the edge of your chair and just give me a nice open stance. It should be feeling better, right? We've done a little bit of warm-up. Listen, one more thing I want to mention is at any time, if you want to go back to the YouTube channel, Bottoms Down Chair Yoga channel, and do some of the warm-up poses before, so I have classes that are just specifically for warming up. Do one of those first and then come and do this, and you'll have already done a really good warm-up. But we did do a little bit of warm-up before this. Okay, So what I want you to do is you're going to take this leg and you're going to extend it out, just like we did before, right? And this knee is nice and open, all right? So any adjusting you need to take on that chair, get everything feeling nice and secure. Take your right hand and place it right there on that thigh, all right? Your other hand is going to come out. We're starting in Warrior Two this time. So I want you to take this left hand, you're going to windmill it down, and I want you to turn, and shoulders are going to face over this leg into your Warrior One. Then you're going to windmill up and over back into your Warrior Two. Let's do that again. Windmill down and up into that Warrior One. Move it back into that Warrior Two. Let's add the other hand. Windmill down and up we go. You see that? Both hands are up to the ceiling into that Warrior One. Feeling a little deeper stretch in this version of a Warrior One, and then move into that Warrior Two. Ha, right? We're going to do that again. We're going to windmill this hand down and up. There we go. We're in that Warrior One. Now listen to my voice. I want you to bend your elbows and look up. Kind of where the ceiling and the wall meet. Remember, we never look way up at the ceiling and release that neck. That's not good on the neck. But I want you to add that little bit of lift. Take that out, hands back up to the ceiling, open back up, looking over those right fingertips. Let's flip that palm up and back. And back to that Warrior Two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. Stretch, 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 and release it. Do you feel the difference? Whew, right? All right, let's do the other side. So let's open it nice and wide first. Oh, excuse me. Nope. I was moving back to the first one we did. We're moving on to the second version. We even have one more version. Bear with me. All right, let's open nice and wide here. Now let's take this leg and extend it long. Come up onto that knife edge of that leg. And then if you can open this leg anymore, do so. It's your choice, right? Your body, but I do want the knee to be in alignment with those toes. So just kind of peek down at that and make sure that that knee is going in the same direction as your toes. We're going to take this left hand and we're going to place it right here on that left thigh. Our other arm is going to come up like into a Warrior Two. So we're starting in Warrior Two. We're going to take this right hand and we're going to bring it down and up first. So now my shoulders are turned. And my hips are trying to turn. I know they can't turn 100%, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. And then we're going to take this hand. We're going to windmill it over. Let's do that again. Down we go, up. All right, and come back around. Now let's add that other arm. Are we ready? Windmill it down. Now both arms are up towards the ceiling. Here is another version of Warrior One. Now we're going to move into that Warrior Two. Let's do that again. Down and up into that Warrior One. Woo, man, I feel it. Back to that Warrior Two. Let's do that one more time. Down we go, up into that Warrior One. Bend your elbows. Look up at the ceiling. Kind of where the ceiling and the wall meet. Feel that stretch. Hands back up to the ceiling for your Warrior One. Let's do that one more time. Bend those elbows, goddess arms. Looking up where the ceiling and the wall meet. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Back up to that Warrior One. Move into your Warrior Two. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. One more breath and release it. Oh, yeah. Whew. You feel it? All right, take just a moment. So as I said, we're going to just a little deeper exploration into those poses, and we're going to do one more version. Okay. So we're really opened up into those hips and glutes, hips and hip flexors and right into the groin. All of that area is really opening up. So this last version, if it works for you, if not, keep doing one of the other two versions that we've just done. I want you to come towards the left side of your chair, all right? Scoot back and then extend this leg out. Okay. So feel that first. Again, we're up on the knife edge of that foot, trying to keep this leg straight, but not locking out that knee, okay? So we're keeping a little flex to that knee. Okay, see how this feels? Hold your chair, and we're going to open this knee, all right? So for me personally, I've got it hooked around the front edge of that chair. Again, knee has got to be in alignment with those toes. So you definitely don't want to move the knee if you can't get the foot there, or move the foot if you can't get the knee there. You want both, the foot and the knee. And if you can't do it on the outside of that chair, then bring it in. It's okay, right? We know that. We know we have to listen to our body. We want to get those ribs right in center. So another thing, if you feel like you're trying to compensate for this leg, like it's just too much, it hurts too much, and you're trying to lean into it, then I would rather you move the foot and the leg and keep those ribs in alignment. So we want head, neck, and spine. Does that make sense? Okay? I know, if you've been here while I've been talking, you're feeling it. I get it. I get it. All right, let's go ahead and move into those arms, our warrior 2 arms. Whew! And tell you what we're going to do. We're going to flip that warrior up and back. Just give ourselves a little extra stretch. Now we're going to move to that warrior 2. Now I'm going to take this hand and I'm going to windmill it up and around into my warrior 1. Then I'm going to move into that warrior 2. Let's flip it up and back. Back to that warrior 2. We're going to do that one more time. Windmill this left hand up and over. Let's do those goddess arms. Let's look up towards where the ceiling and the wall meet. Back up to the ceiling with those arms. Back to your warrior 2. Let's flip it up and back one more time. I know, we're almost done. Back to that warrior 2 and release it. Bring that leg in. I kind of like to heel toe my foot around. You see what I'm doing there? Just gives it a little extra support as I move that leg around. Other side. Okay, so I'm going to come to the edge of that chair and I'm going to scoot back. And then I'm going to extend that right leg long. I'm up on that edge of that foot. Okay? So feel that first. Try not to have a death grip on this glute. So we tend to want to hold our muscles, like those glute muscles, tight. And I want you to try to just relax them. So this knee now, we're going to bring it wherever works for you. And I will tell you this too, and I've said this before. This side may be totally like, and I'm not, the other side, you're like, oh yeah, this is a breeze. And then this side's going, yeah, no. It's very common to have one side that's more willing than the other. Just go with it. It's fine, right? It's your body. Own it. Have that self-compassion for that body. It's all good. I do want you to make sure that that knee is in alignment with those toes, though. Okay, let's come to those warrior 2 arms. We're going to flip that left palm up and back. Let's just give ourselves a couple of reverse warrior stretch before we move to that warrior 1. Let's do that one more time. See how everything is feeling. Up and back. And remember, if you want to put that hand behind the back, you can. All right, let's take that right arm and we're going to windmill it up. Both hands to the ceiling into that warrior 1. I know, it's quite the stretch. Move into that warrior 2. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. Shoulders are down out of the ears. Let's do that again. Windmill up and around. Feel that stretch. Let's bend those elbows. Look up where the ceiling and the wall meet. Hands back up to the ceiling. We're going to do that one more time. Bend those elbows. Look down up where the ceiling and the wall meet. Goddess arms. One more breath. Back up. Hands to the ceiling. Stretch. Come back to that warrior 2. Let's reverse it one more time. This is it. This is it. Oh yeah. And back to that warrior 2. Squeeze the muscles against the bones in those arms. And release it again. I like to just kind of heel toe that foot up and in. Just makes it a little bit less stress, if you will, on those. How are you feeling? Whew, right? If you have water and you want to grab a little sip of water, go for it. We're going to move into our final part. All right, let's do a couple of cat and cows. So put your hands lightly on your thighs, pull that belly button to the spine, round your shoulders, tuck the chin, and just let the head drop. All right, go ahead now and lift your head up. Clasp the back of your chair and lift your heart into a beautiful cow. Let's inhale here. Exhale, move into that cat. Inhale, lift up into cow. One more, round down into cat. Exhale and then just breathe. Nice, nice, nice stretch. All right. Take your left leg, stick it out in front of you, toes to the ceiling. We're going to lift that spine nice and long and let our heart fall forward. A nice stretch into the hamstring here. Go ahead and lift your heart, and we're going to do that again. Extend the spine long, let that heart fall forward into pyramid pose. All right, let's come up and we're going to cross either ankle to ankle if that works better for you, or you're going to cross ankle to knee into our seated pigeon. Now in our seated pigeon, this probably feels pretty good because we worked all this area a lot. So we're going to give this one a couple or three different versions. I'm going to show you a totally new version today. All right, so version 1, extend the spine long, let the heart fall forward, keeping those hands on the thighs, okay? So that is your support. And this is a great version, and to be totally frank with you, this is my preferred version. I just like this one the best. I feel the most stretch here. Lift your heart up, but I'm going to show you version 2. Oh wait, we need to rock our baby. Okie dokie. Now we're going to move into version 2. So I'm going to put my elbow here in front of the knee. I'm going to put my chin on top of those fingers, and I'm just going to gently press. And smile. All right, come up. Let's go ahead and rock our baby again. Now the third version. And remember, any of the versions are great. Extend the spine long. Let your heart fall forward and then let your hands fall down towards the floor. So you may feel more stretch here. And it may not work for you at all. It's all good. That's why I'm giving you 3 different kinds, 3 different ways to do this seated pigeon. 1 more breath and come up. All right, to the other side. Take this leg, extend it long, those toes to the ceiling. We're going to extend the spine and let the heart fall forward into our seated pyramid pose. We're going to lift our heart up and we'll do that again. Extend and hinge. All right, next thing, we're going to do our seated pigeon. You can cross ankle to ankle, or you can cross ankle to knee. Extend the spine long, let the heart fall forward. Hands on those thighs for support. All right, come up, rock your baby. Version 2, I'm going to put the elbow in front of the knee. I'm going to put my chin on top of those fingers, and I'm going to gently press. All right, come up, rock out baby again. One final version, we're going to extend the spine long. We're going to let the heart fall forward and let those hands drop down towards the floor. One more breath. All right, sit back in your chair. Very good, we made it. Close your eyes or just soften your eyes. Hands are resting lightly on your thighs, palms are facing up. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. our daily motivator from greatday.com. Sustainable success. Here's a question to ask yourself when choosing between different options. Which option will make life better for the most people for the longest period of time? How will your choice impact other people? How will your choice play out in the future? Does your choice feel good in the moment, but with a price to pay in the future? If so, there's a better choice. Does your choice benefit you, but at the expense of other people? Repeated choices like that will alienate you and make your life increasingly difficult. Sustainable success is possible only when you have respect for the future and for the people living there. Without that respect, any gains you experience will quickly vanish. You can't control the passage of time or the actions of other people. Yet by making well-considered choices, you'll solidly align them both with your own success. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Extend your left arm down towards the floor, palm facing down. Flip the palm up towards the ceiling. And release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. And release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Extend your right arm towards the floor, palm down. Flip the palm to the ceiling. And release it. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining, and remember, go to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga on YouTube and check out this and all the other videos, and I'll see you next time.